Howdy, folks, and we are live. Just gonna list a few things and see what happens. Actually, I think I need to take pictures today. And if anyone is interested, can join me live. There's the link. Oh, that's my speaker again going. Making weird noises. Beaumont Picker, how's it going, man? Good morning to you too. Thanks for stopping by. What are you listening today? First thing I do is always offers, if I can. I send those out the second eBay sends them to me. The send offer thingies. Sometimes work if you catch them within a couple minutes. Sometimes you get an immediate response. Sometimes they wait a day, but I think they only have like 12 or 24 hours. This time of year, people feel like spending, so you get a better shot. Oops. Listing vintage Minnetonka hats. Nice. I love listing hats. Storing them is easy. Shipping them is easy. Everything about hats is easy. The only thing that sometimes they sit. Snapbacks don't do as well as they used to, unfortunately. They used to do so well. But not anymore. And every now and then, hats are the kind of thing that surprises you. Every now and then you just wake up and you sold a $50 hat that's been sitting there for 6 months. Just one of those things. Minnetonka hats. What is a Minnetonka hat? That's specifically from, look that up, Minnetonka hats. Oh, I'm way off. I'm thinking snapbacks. These are like moccasin type thing. Okay. Nice. I've never sold a Minnetonka hat. I've never really sold Minnetonka hats or Stetsons or any of that type of hat. I don't think I've ever listed one. I listed cowboy boots. I've listed, I think I had a pair of, I've definitely had vests, like leather vests and like biker vests. I don't know if they're a biker or Western. I kind of use both terms. I probably shouldn't have, but I think if you go further south in California, LA, San Diego County, you get a lot more of that kind of stuff. Like the guys at Pure Hustle Podcast, Orlando, he always lists that stuff. I don't see it as much. Every now and then I see it. I do have one kind of biker slash Western slash leather vest thingy that's been sitting forever. I probably mislisted it. It's like a no-name brand, so that's cool though, Minnetonka. I wish I saw more of that kind of stuff around here. In Beaumont Springs near Palm Springs. Okay, maybe you see more of that there. We don't see as much in Northern California. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm just not seeing it. Other people around here have, but I don't see very much of it. It's kind of, but that's a huge, and it's coming back. I always sell Western shirts. I always sell snapback shirts. A lot of Wrangler shirts. A lot of like Rustler. Some Levi's, but mainly Wrangler, Rustler. Like they'll have, you can see the tags. It's pretty obvious from the vintage tags. But Western shirts, that's what I was talking about, where there's this, picked up $5 each. Cool. That's nice. That'll make listing easier if you got more than one too. So for me, it's my Western stuff is 1 or 2 vests, and mainly I have a lot of Western shirts, snapbacks, which don't sell as well as they used to. It's another thing that kind of lost its high price. A lot of people sell those. Let's see if my printer is working. Things are slow today. Loading, loading, loading. Okay. There we go. Shipping G.I. Joes. Seem to be shipping them every day now. I was watching somebody's video yesterday. Flips, fun. I'll look him up in a second. But he found vintage, or someone gave him a vintage 1966 Gi Joe Scuba Gear boat plus bigger. Yikes! That thing probably go. You could probably list it for 1,000 and get like 500 to 700 for it, easy. Probably more. Never really had much G.I. Joe stuff. Well, because I grew up in England, so it was called Action Force, or Action Man, sorry, not G.I. Joe. Because G.I. is an American term for a serviceman. So they kind of copied it. I don't know if they licensed it, and then they did the same thing, but they were bigger figures. They were like the 12-inch, like the, and they did the same thing here in the 90s. They didn't have the smaller figures. But I do actually do pretty well with like the 1990s repo G.I. Joes that are like 11, 12 inches. Those do pretty well too. They sit for a while, but you can buy them for like $2 to $3 and sell them for like 20 to 30 to 40. I just sold one for 40 because it had all like the gear. It was like a naval officer with the hat and all the, he had like the glasses and his jacket, all that. I should have, I think I already shipped that out though. That whole set back in the 70s, lost them. Yeah. G.I. Joes are, It's something, to be honest, I wasn't a big Gi Joe fan, maybe because I came from out of country during the move. Yeah. When I moved from England to here, I only brought a very few things. I didn't have that many toys to begin with, but I only brought like 3 or 4. I think He-Man and Skeletor, and a handful of other toys, and that was it. And then the rest were left, and then eventually my parents they gave them away. It's too costly to ship all that stuff here in the 80s. So they just gave it all away. One thing we brought though that was pretty cool is our old board games. Not Dungeons and Dragons, more like pre-World of Warcraft board games. I have a bunch of those. My brother, I should say. I just took them from him. So, I don't sell many board games anymore, but if I ever get a chance, I'll pull them all out and do a video on them because they're very cool. Like Talisman, Space Hulk, there's a couple others. All that Steve Jackson stuff. We had all those books. Those are pretty cool. Actually used to sell quite a few of those kind of vintage board games on Amazon. It's harder now. A lot of it's restricted. Blood Bowl, that was another one. I found that one actually. I found that one for like 3 years ago at a Salvation Army. It sold for $85 plus shipping on Amazon. I love vintage board games. Hard for me to find them. Yeah, they're hit and miss. I mean, maybe you'll find something, but it'll be missing pieces or this or that. So it's hard. Vintage board games, they're so cool. They used to have board game stores all over the place. Actually, there was one in San Francisco not too long ago that I went to. But they're all so expensive. Brand new, 50, 60, 80 bucks. Even in Walmart now, if you look at the prices on like board games. I think Walmart's like one of the #1 board game selling places, Walmart and Target. There used to be stores dedicated to them. Like my brother used to stand in line, and this is circa 1985, 86, whenever the new games came out. All right, man, take it easy. Thanks for stopping by. Oh. I'm still getting these specs that I have to update on eBay. Item specifics that are still going up. Yeah, I can call it. Hold on. There you go. No problem. Okay, let's get some listing done. Looks like my FBA stuff is kicking in finally after like a month. This is a mess. camera here. Yeah. A little bit better. Okay. Time to go to the gym. My goodness. Hey, Leroy, how's it going?
Hey, what's going on?
Not much.
How you doing today?
Good, good.
Can you hear me okay?
Did I what?
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, perfectly.
Okay. What are you listing today?
It's a mixture. I'm going through my old inventory. I haven't sourced much, but I have tons and tons of inventory. So I'm just kind of going, it's a mix of everything. Like I just did like a speed racer car. I'm doing an action figure. I've got a bunch of like Gi Joe type stuff. I went
Nice.
through a bunch of shirts yesterday.
Nice.
Mixture.
I'm sort of doing the same. I got inventory that I had pulled off that I'm just relisting, reworking it.
Yeah, I felt bad because I was going through sourcing a couple days ago, and I'm like, you know what, I got this at home. I got
How were your sales yesterday?
kind of dipped a little.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, I noticed something. I mean, but to be honest, I mean, overall, they've been strong for a good couple weeks now.
Mine were a little slow. They've been a little slow, and I've still been listing. Not too sure what's going on.
Yeah, it's the kind of thing that happens all the time with me with eBay. It's like it's funny, you list a ton and then you're like, wait a second, why am I not selling more? And then all of a sudden out of nowhere, it's because they kind of, I don't know what you call it, but they put the brakes on it, and then they all of a sudden they like open the floodgates, and then they put the brakes on it.
That just shows you that the algorithm is not what we think it is.
No.
I've seen, people think they know the they know what it is, but you don't.
No one does. I mean, the only thing I would say is kind of a short thing is if you're selling like a brand new iPhone, like the newest one or something like that.
Yeah.
So everybody in the world wants that second. Other than that, no.
Yeah. I mean, it's, I was told, if you sell if you list a lot of stuff on Friday, it goes, I just try to list every day, and whatever sells.
No, I'm with you. I don't think you can pick a day or a time or whatever.
And then
just
get
everything.
Do you do offers or no?
Yeah, I've tried everything.
Yeah.
Every now and then there'll be something that I know there's like nothing else out there, then I won't do offers on that. But still, you get emails.
Yeah.
Say, hey, would you take this?
I don't get that often. Once in a while, but like private messages to lower the price, I don't get that a lot.
Really? I mean, yeah. I think it's because you might have higher price stuff than I do. What I've noticed, higher the price
stuff is low.
Yeah.
That's not true.
Well, because my stuff is, a lot of it's not high dollar. So.
Yeah, mine. Me neither. I mean, like I said, I have some stuff that's high dollar, but I mean, 90% of my store is under $20.
Yeah, and that's actually pretty standard across the board on eBay.
Yeah.
So it's weird. I got this email yesterday. Somebody bought like this vest, this shirt, and then afterwards, like an hour later, I got an email saying my wife said no, and it had a picture of a guy wearing a vest standing behind a car. And I'm like, okay. I didn't even respond. This was like 12, 14 hours ago. And then I have to ship it today. So I'm like, okay. And I just packed it up. So it's going to go out. So if he doesn't want it, he can send it back.
Yeah. We do have somebody in the chat. I just wanted to say hello. He's been asking some questions.
Oh, my goodness. How do I not see that? Was that a Beaumont picker from before, or?
Yeah, that just him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think he just left. I don't know if I have a time delay on mine. What's going on? I'm really bad with the chat.
No, that's why I'm here. We help each other.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
That's why I'm here. So I know you got stuff to do, and I get the chat here, and I'm probably looking at the chat more than I'm looking at the camera, but.
Yeah, I've seen his Instagram handle before. He sells some cool stuff.
Yeah. I went thrifting yesterday. Today I did a little bit of Instagram and got some footage for my next YouTube video. So.
Oh, nice. I'm telling you, if you do something on tool, it might sound like people know about them, but they really don't. I don't.
Yeah.
If you did a bunch of tool videos, I'm guaranteed those will be gold.
Yeah. And I've been trying to just spice it up, and I'm just trying to be me. I'm nervous, still a little nervous, but that's why I'm trying to do even if it's my main platform right now for content is Instagram.
Okay.
I feel real comfortable there.
I think I'm with you there. It's an easier vibe. It's a lighter vibe. because YouTube and Facebook can kind of be in your face a little bit.
Yeah.
But no, don't worry about being awkward. I'm the most awkward person out there. Actually, that's why I did YouTube. I started doing podcasting on YouTube just to get over that.
And me too. That's definitely what my Instagram's about.
Yeah.
I'm saying to myself, oh, I need to put like little captures and do text in my videos. And I'm saying to myself, just get the video editing down to where you're a little bit comfortable. Then you can start trying to add stuff in.
Exactly. Just get it out there. And then you can say, you know what, on the next one, I'll do this or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, I did notice when I was sourcing a couple days back, there were less people out there.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was just the time I went, but.
When I went to the flea market yesterday, it was packed.
Was it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, maybe it was the time I was gone. I thought it was going to be packed because they're kind of talking about shutting down again. So I figured everyone would be out there because they haven't shut down yet. So.
Oh. Yeah, I went thrifting yesterday with Nate a little bit.
Did you find a lot, or?
I did. I put it on my eBay. I mean, on my YouTube. My budget was $50, so I said I'm going to do a $50 budget and see what I can get for $50. So, when I did everything that I listed, I'm still listing it, but everything that I was going to list came out to like $350.
Oh, okay. That's good return on investment. So,
yeah. I got a pair of Jordans. I'm just not sure if they're real. I think they are, but I know nothing about sneakers.
Yeah, I know not that much either. I mean, there's a couple videos, I need to look them up though, where they go over what to look for, like how to, like the feel of the leather. They talked about a couple of things, like similar to like a shirt, like the typing of like stuff.
I'm gonna send a message to Dave Tesla Picker because actually he did shoes before he's done anything. A lot of people don't know that.
Yeah, shoes. I mean, if you can really get into shoes, that's not even like the reselling community. Those guys that do it hardcore, they have like those apps. I don't know if they're apps or whatever they use, but just
it's like the t-shirt guys. It's like a lot of guys on YouTube and stuff, they're trying to like talk about t-shirts. There's a whole nother community that is just way out there. Yeah. There's another community that just like it would make your head spin. Like Nate tells me about it a lot. Different things he shows me, but
Yeah, and
That's
those
what
guys, you don't hear from them. They're
did.
hardcore.
Sorry.
Yep.
Yeah, Tesla Picker. He collected shoes for a while and couldn't.
Okay. Yeah, shoes. I mean, I sell shoes, but I don't have an experience with what to look for. And then the whole thing,
For $15, it was a no brainer.
okay. I mean, I look for the condition.
Yeah,
If
these are new. I'll show you.
they were new. Okay.
I mean, I'm gonna list them as used, but my light's a little bright here. But
Yeah, I always list as new. Used if I don't have the box.
exactly. Yeah, size 17.
Look up. I mean, if they're Jordans, I'm assuming they're similar to Nikes. They have on the inside. They'll have like the code or whatever on the top.
Yeah, I did. I looked up the code and you can't see it, but
okay, no problem.
Yeah, I looked it up. It's saying they're about 85 to 100.
Nice.
So,
and if they're like,
I don't think.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't think they're fake.
I mean, yeah.
It's just so hard, you know.
It is. I found a lot of jerseys, like basketball jerseys, football jerseys, and then you find them, they look good, and then you look on the inside, and the stitching is all off.
Yeah.
And they look real, like the tag, everything. But then the stitching is what throws me off. Like it's like coming off like it was hammered. So if it's something like that, I'll leave it. But I don't really have. Yeah, my eye's not that good.
Yeah, and like anything, like when I go like somewhere like outside and you see like purses and like that.
Oh, yeah.
That stuff is way too many.
I wouldn't touch it.
Yeah. If it's Louis Vuitton, and I mean I've never done it, but I've talked to people and they're like, if it's Louis Vuitton and they want like $125 or $85 for it, now you look it up because they're asking the money that they want, you know, that they know they paid $1,000 for it.
Yeah.
So if you go and it's Louis Vuitton, they want $30. Don't waste your time. They want $20. But if you go and like they're asking $150, and then you look it up and they're selling for $600, jump on it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's it. That's a good tip right there. Because I mean, there's so many fakes out there, and it's funny. I always think of because I used to go to these flea markets in LA. Los Angeles. They would always have major fakes. Every brand you can think of, every type of clothing you can think of. And this is in the 90s. I don't know if they still have them. But then, yeah, everything. Like, and they looked so real. Like, I bought them for myself personally. Like, I brought a couple sweatshirts.
Yeah.
That was before. The funniest was when I was in Hong Kong. And you go down these, like, they look like street markets outside fairs.
Yeah.
And then they have these, like all the shirts and bags and everything are on bamboo sticks, like 10 feet in the air. And then you can see them all. And then you hear a whistle. And then I guess that means the cops are coming. They flip them around. It's just.
It's hilarious.
It's the funniest thing ever. And it's like clockwork. Like they all do it. And, you know, I'm not trying to be funny or stereotype any place, but I mean, you know.
I've seen it in New York.
I'm sorry?
I've seen it in New York.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Have you seen the Rolex guys that come up to you?
Again, I haven't been in a long time, but yes.
Yeah.
A while ago, yeah.
Yeah, they'll walk up to you, and then they won't have them out. They'll just say, "Oh, I heard you're looking for a Rolex," and then they'll want you to go back to another place somewhere, and they'll show you like a binder.
Let me tell you something.
That was.
I could tell you a story. I was looking for a gold chain. It was, you know, I'm going to make it short, but it was just a time in my life where I wanted to do something for me, and I was like, you know what? I want to buy a gold chain. So I saved up on eBay and saved up like $3,000. And I said to my brother, we're going to New York. We're going to go to New York. We're going to go to the jewelry district. I talked to a lot of people. They're like, listen, you got to go to the jewelry district in New York because that's where you're going to get real stuff and good stuff. Not the bootleggers, not the guys opening up the jackets, but there's actually a jewelry district.
Yeah.
When I went over there, it was I wish I was doing YouTube back then because I would have made a killing just watching people. They come up to you and like, first of all, they see you, they ask you, hey, you look, what are you looking for? What are you looking for? You selling anything? What are you looking for? And they're just people on the street. They're not the people that's inside.
No.
And then what they do is they're like boosters. So what they do is they go and they get your attention and then they bring you to their guy.
Yeah.
So I go out there and I'm like, hey, what are you looking for? You looking for something for your wife? What do you want?
Yeah.
I figure, come with me, come with my guy, you know. And they bring you to a guy, and then once the sale's made, the guy gives me $20, $80, $30, depending on the sale.
Yeah.
It was hilarious. It was the funniest thing. I was like,
you're trying to make sure you're not, cops. I mean,
no, but they weren't doing anything wrong. All they were doing was just trying to lure you to their guy.
Got it.
So they could have worked for a couple different jewelers, and they would just stand on the corner. They look good. Some of them were in suits.
Okay.
And they would just stand, and that was their job. Their job was to bring you to their guy, because in the length of 200 feet, there was about 50 jewelers, maybe 100.
Wow.
You just your eyes. I had to tell my brother. I was like, Chris, I gotta stop because my eyes are going crazy, and I'm getting a little worked up. It's too much because you got people jumping on you, and not literally, but like that. But just keep asking your questions.
That's true.
So,
I mean, sales people can be intense, man. So get you.
But back to reselling. But it was something, man, something to see. I'll tell you. But I saved like $1,500 going there.
Nice. I mean, it's tough being a salesperson.
Yeah. People tell me I should be because I talk a lot, but I can't do that. I can't flim people.
No, I couldn't do that either. It's a different kind of sales to what we do.
What are the plans for the weekend?
Well, now because we can't really go any place, it's tough. Probably just figure out somewhere to eat on Saturday night. I'm guessing. Nice. Usually everything centers around food in our house.
Nice.
Maybe we'll usually go take like a family walk, see if we can find a park. I mean, it's not raining around here, so it's a little bit colder, but at least you don't have to worry about the rain.
You have little ones? You have children?
Yeah, I got 2 little ones.
Oh, okay. I think I saw your wife. Did she walk in the room a little while ago?
Yeah, she pops in every now and then.
Okay. She's making sure you're not talking to any women.
She's not scared about that.
No.
I'm really talking to anybody, period. Nah, she's cool. I was trying to get her to come on here too, but she's like, yeah.
I'm sorry, repeat that.
I said I was trying to get her to come on like on YouTube, but she's not that interested in it.
No, some of them aren't. Some of them aren't. Until they start seeing big money. I mean, not saying that, but some wives, when they start seeing the big money, then they'll be a little, and they just think of it as you're just doing a hobby that you're making some money on.
Yeah. At first, it was kind of like that. I get that a lot from people. I mean, you probably have people say, so what do you do? And then you tell them, and they're like, kind of like, oh, okay. So I know someone that's hiring. Or, a lot of people don't get it.
Yeah, no. I've worked quite a few jobs for years, and it's tough. I mean, I'm not going to say it's not, but
yeah.
I saw you on yesterday with Louis for a while.
I'm sorry?
You had Louis on yesterday for a little while?
Did I have a little what?
I said you had Louis on yesterday for a little while.
Yeah. Louis, man, he's got some stories. Seriously. He's one of the coolest people to talk to. I mean, he's got all kinds of interesting stuff to talk about. You never know, because resellers, it could be anything, anyone from anywhere. So it's kind of a giant mix of people.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, because like I said, I'm strong on Instagram right now, and he messaged me the other day. He's like, "Listen, you need to stop putting that stuff on your YouTube channel, not on your Instagram."
Yeah. I mean, I get it though. Instagram, it's easier. It's much easier. I do much more on Instagram than YouTube. It's harder to set this up, and just putting yourself out on camera is more difficult.
Yeah. I'm learning. I'm learning how to cut myself into if I forget something in a clip.
Yeah.
I'm learning how to retake it, and I'm learning how to do it where my editing is going to be minimum. My editing is going to be super minimum because I'm pre-thinking my cuts before I even do them, which is awesome.
Yeah, I don't think I really do even any editing at all.
I'm not even saying really crazy editing. I'm just saying pulling stuff out or double talking or stuff. My first video was horrible.
No one has a good first video. Everyone gets better the second time, and the third time will be you won't even think about it.
And that's what happened yesterday. Yesterday I did a video, and that was my second one, and I felt better with the second.
That's awesome. Because don't be like me. We started doing videos. I did them for a year, and then we stopped for 18 months. Yeah. And then it's starting all over again.
I think what I'm thinking about doing for now is just once a week.
That's perfect.
Once a week on YouTube.
Yeah.
And because I'm still on a lot of lives. I'm doing 2 or 3 lives a week.
Well, that's you're getting your name out there, and then you are helping people out, so that's cool.
So I enjoy it. So
exactly, and if you can get your stuff done at the same time, why not?
Oh no, I forgot something here. I like the idea that you're trying to do the work in Hangouts. I mean, we don't have a lot of people right now, but once they realize, because there's like most people only doing like a day, 1 day a week, which is cool, which is wicked cool, but I still work every day.
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, most of us do. Even part-timers do it, 2 hours a day or whatever they do.
Yeah.
I mean, you're still doing it every day pretty much. This is more of a, to be honest, it's like a lifestyle job. That's
Exactly.
more than anything. Or whatever you want to call it. But.
Yeah. And you'll realize with me, and I wanted to say, man, thank you for that Instagram message. I don't know if that was a copy or whatever it was, but thank you. And that was, man.
No worries, man. No worries.
I was like, man, this is my brother right here. This guy's a good guy.
I appreciate it, man. No. Because I see you on all, like you said, you're on all the lives. You're in the comment section. You're,
I am like a gypsy, man. I am like a gypsy. I am all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah, you're.
And before I met this community, like a lot of people don't realize it, but before I met this community, I was like the first person I ever saw was Lindy Glenn.
Was who?
Was Lindy Glenn.
Okay.
And that was like 3 years ago when she was doing jeans.
Yeah.
And once in a while, I'll throw it in her chat and she'll laugh. Like her and Rockstar Flipper and Wade Ventures. And like, I was like big on those guys. And they just like, they blew up and it, it was, the conversations were getting a little harder to get. And I get it. Like, I totally get it,
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this, like, I would prefer to have a smaller group.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
I think this, I mean, there's a lot of communities still in this one community that we're in, but I think this one community that we're in is really strong.
Yeah.
I mean, there's probably about 500 people in this community.
Yeah.
And there's, then you go to like Josh and Harry Tornado and a lot of those guys that got 60,000 subscribers, and their community it's like, where's the rest of them? But I'm not worried about that. I'm just like, you know what? Like, just worry about me and the people that like message me, hey Leroy, how you doing? Like, I go through my Instagram once a week and I just shoot messages out for no reason.
I mean, that's what you gotta, I mean, that's what people do. I mean, especially you want to keep in touch with people. So yeah, I mean, I couldn't imagine getting when you have that many people keeping up with that. So that's, I don't know what that would be like.
I pray every day, like, for me not to talk about anybody. If there's something that I don't like, bring it up with whatever belief I'm in. Don't bring it up and bring it out in the community.
Yeah.
Because like, there's people that don't like people that I talk to or that you talk to. They don't like them or don't even know them, but they just, they don't like certain things about them. And I don't want you to judge me because I watch their videos, and I don't want them to, I'm not into that game. I'm just not into it.
Yeah, just, do your own thing. Watch, whatever you want to watch, or don't, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm still baffled that anybody would even like watch any of this stuff. So
I know.
It's mind blowing.
My first video has, yesterday I passed 100 watches. I'm like, 100 people looked at my video.
I'm still baffled that one person watched anything I've ever done. I'm just
like 100 people looked at my video, really?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just babbling or boxing something or maybe listing something. That's about it. But yeah. Shows you're all. It just shows you that we're kind of all doing the same thing. So.
Yep. Did you see my Instagram story with FedEx yesterday or the other day?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, it's on my stories. I could tell you quick. I had to go drop off a package at FedEx. I never use FedEx. I always use USPS, but I decided to use FedEx, and I go in to the property, and there was like a bunch of cars, and I was like, hey, where do I drop off a package? It's pre-labeled, everything's good. I just need to drop it off. Oh, you just go right around, go to the little box, talk to the guy, park over here. So I did that. I go in, man. I was inside the complex, and like I did like a security breach. You gotta see the video. It was comical. I had to make a video on it inside because the guys looked at me like, "What are you doing in here?" I was like, "You let me in."
I mean, you're just trying to get rid of your stuff. I mean,
but they let me in.
They
let me in the property because of my van.
Gotcha. They thought, okay, that's hilarious.
Yeah, and I talked to the FedEx guy today. One of them was at my house, and I pulled him aside and I talked to him. And I was like, hey, you know what happened to me at FedEx? And I was telling him the story, and then he was laughing, and I gave him $10. I was like, thank you for everything you do. I put that on my Instagram. That's what I've been doing all morning is Instagram.
That is funny though. I mean, I assumed you're somebody that needed to be there, but that's all good. But yeah, security breach.
Oh, it was like when they realized I didn't work there, they were mad. They were mad.
Something similar to that happened to me. I went to the post. This is years ago, and they couldn't find whatever package. They supposedly, you know how they give you those slips saying, "Come to the post office, pick up this."
Yeah.
So I got one of those, and then I go in there, and they say, "Well, we don't have it." And I said, "Well, I got the slip." So then the guy at the register says, "All right, let's come back here." I said, "What do you mean come back there?" And he opens up the side gate, and he has me walk into the back. But then he leaves me there for like a couple of seconds. Oh, let me go around. And then after that, somebody else walks around and says, "Who are you? What? You're not supposed to be here." Like I was in the back, where they have the sorting and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
And then it's the same, similar to what you have, but it wasn't as big. But so yeah, and then the guy comes back after a couple of seconds. He's like, "Oh yeah, here's your thing," and then I left, but that was it. But still, it was funny because that manager or whoever it was, freaked out.
Oh yeah, these guys freaked out.
Because it's like a federal offense if you mess with the mail. So
yeah, it is.
Right.
I just wonder where I come up with certain things. Like it's just me. It's not stuff that's made up in life. It's just me on an everyday basis.
Yeah.
Like yesterday, I went to the post office and I saw the little red box. That's on my Instagram too. But I saw the little red box for Santa, and so I went up to my postal guy. He didn't know what I was going to do, and I was taping him, but he didn't really know I was taping him. He realized after. And I said, "Hey, can I ask you a question?" He's like, "Yeah, what's up?" I said, a lot of people on YouTube and a lot of my reseller friends are saying the post office is behind on, shipping and stuff like that."
Yeah.
I said, I just have a question. And I pointed over to the Santa Claus box and I put on video. I was like, that box right there. I said, is he going to get his mail? Are the little kids going to be able to give their letters to Santa Claus? Right? And then he's like, oh no, they're going to get their mail. We're not going to be behind on that. And when he was off the video, he was cracking up. He goes, Leroy, you're hilarious. I said, I didn't try. It just happened that way. But he was cracking up. He's like, I've been asked a lot of questions, but not one like that.
Yeah, these mailmen, seriously, that's a tough job.
They go through a lot of junk, man. I sit there, and I really don't need to sit there, to be honest with you. I
Yeah.
could just drop it off and walk away. But like, I try to help them out. Like, they call me the closer at my post office. I go at 5 o'clock or quarter of five, and they have like a routine. They got to bring some boxes in and take some of the stands out and put them
Yeah.
in the area, and they lock them up. So I do that for them. I do it 2 or 3 times a week. I'll put it in the area. So they call me the closer.
Oh, nice.
But whenever I need padded envelopes, or if I need shoebox envelopes, or if I need tennis racket,
Yeah.
golf club boxes, they've never said no yet.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
yeah, we got those in the back for you, Leroy.
That's nice. I
Yeah.
mean, just to be able to get those on a moment's notice, especially this time of year, you can't get that stuff.
I just got one yesterday. I got my paddeds. I just got my paddeds yesterday.
Oh, nice.
I only use paddeds anyway. I'm either shipping out paddeds, the padded flat rate, or I'm shipping out under 1 pounds.
Same here. I mean, I do some toys. I used to use the game board boxes, but those are too big a lot of times. And every now and then I'll do some shoes, but mainly it's padded flat rates, which I waited, I want to say 2 months for. I ordered 3 boxes. I got one maybe a month ago.
So know what I was told? I was told you literally got to order a box a month, a box a week, until you're comfortable with it. You can do it every day. You can order a box every day.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know if you knew that. You can literally order a box every day, and they don't really get it because they go through so much of it. They don't get it. They're not going to say, "Oh, Leroy ordered 4 boxes this month. We're not sending him a box."
Yeah.
The program doesn't look. It's not a person. It's all through It's all through the computer. So
that makes sense. Actually, it's just about getting it out there.
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely do that. Like, definitely just say now. Just and once you get used to it, you'll be able to just go through the system quick, unless you already know how to do it.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually not too hard, especially if you order online.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't try asking in the post office. They're not.
They can't give you any more than 2.
Yeah. So I mean, So I mean, I didn't have a problem with that before because I had a shipping store, so we'd always have supplies. And actually, the reason we had a lot is because a lot of people would order them and they wouldn't pick them up, so we get stuck with them.
Yeah, we had somebody in the chats. Hey, how you doing today?
Oh, right. I believe this is Sadiq. Louis was talking yesterday. How's it going, man?
Thanks for joining. I saw you in the chat yesterday.
Yep.
We're just doing some listening and chit-chatting over here.
Shooting the breeze.
Yeah, so that's what I do. I just I've been doing that for years.
That makes sense because you know why that makes sense is because I ordered once or twice, they never came. But then when I ordered 3, one of them came.
Yep. Literally do it every week. Every week. I don't know how many you go through. A box of 100. They send me a box of 100 now. That's what they do.
Yeah, that's what I get. I get those boxes, and those boxes are good to use too to ship.
So what I do is I'm gonna make a video on it, but I do something with the box, so I can't say. But yeah.
No, you should because those are like gold, and
I don't use them to ship. I don't use them to ship.
You don't use them to ship? Okay.
No.
I use them to ship anything that's slightly over a pound, or I did before, but their prices are going up again. This is twice in 6 months, so.
That's why I'm glad that I went to FedEx the other day, because I think I'm gonna start. FedEx is literally 3 miles away from me.
Yeah, mine's actually like across the street from the post office. The FedEx is like walking distance from the post office.
So I'm literally thinking of trying to, do like 50% of my packages through FedEx and give it a shot for a month.
If you're serious about that, you should see if you can give FedEx a call and tell them, this is my business. Just be honest with them. Like, this is what I do. I ship a lot of stuff. What can you do? Back in the day, they would try and sell you. They would give you like my label printer. I got from it was either UPS or FedEx, one of the two.
They give you the labels, yeah.
No, they give you the label printer too.
Oh, really?
But this is, I'm saying 15 years ago, so I don't know if they still do that. Yeah. But they will at least give you something. They'll probably say, let us know what you're going to ship in 3 months, and you just tell them, you can look that up.
Yeah.
And, it doesn't hurt.
No, it definitely doesn't. It definitely doesn't. I'll be right back.
No problem. Always good. Always good to see you, man. Thanks for stopping by. And thanks for stopping by yesterday, too. It was cool. I was just telling Leroy, I'm surprised that anybody watches this.
Are you talking to yourself again?
I am always talking to myself. I was just talking to the chat there. I was just saying, I was just telling you, I'm surprised that anybody watches this.
Yeah, I know.
But seriously though, for the first couple times I did this, I was talking to myself for half an hour, 45 minutes. And it felt really strange.
You said you were talking to yourself?
Yeah, because you can see it has a big 0 on there. Like, okay, there's nobody here.
Yeah. Well, that's what when I first did my first when I did my first Instagram story, Instagram live.
Yeah.
There was nobody there, but then I realized you can put it live and they can go back and watch it. So now I realize, okay, I have to talk in the beginning.
Yeah.
I can't just stand there with dead air.
Yeah. And Instagram lives, to be honest, you'll get a lot of people. Even if they don't know you, they'll just say, "Oh, look, somebody's live," and they'll just jump on there.
Most I've had was 7 people.
That's awesome. 7 people.
I do it live at the flea market is what I do.
I haven't done a in-store video yet. I'm kind of, because I remember one time I did one and then somebody was staring at me like, "What are you talking about? Who are you talking to?" Because I don't have a nice, I'm using my cell phone, so I'm holding my cell phone up like this.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. Maybe one of these days.
I'm trying to learn how to do it. So
yeah. No, people eat up those videos, like flea market, thrift store videos, because it's they're there with you.
Yeah. Do you have a bins near you? Goodwill bins?
We do. The Sacramento bins, I've only been there once or twice. I used to go when I was in the Bay Area, down, near Oakland, San Francisco. I used to go there a little bit more. Those were pretty good, to be honest.
I got one about probably about 18 minutes from me.
Well, that's not far. Sometimes people go out there 3 hours.
I don't go often. I go in spurts.
For what do you find tools at the bins, or?
Let me tell you, the short answer is no, but I have.
Okay.
I actually found some snap-on in one, and that's like you finding Gi Joes.
Nice. Yeah, I need to look up tools. You're making me want to look up tools.
It's a lot of work, I'll tell you. It's heavy. It's heavy work.
It is. The thing about me is once I get into a type of thing, a niche, then I keep going. So that's why I never left clothes. I just add, but it takes me a while to add a new category.
Yeah. I see people they'll get mad. They're like, "Why did you pass that up?" I'm like, "I just can't. I
Yeah.
can't add something else on."
I'm at that point right now where I've got so much stuff, like I said, I have to be super picky. Because otherwise I'm just a borderline hoarder.
They like your hoodie. They like your hoodie you're wearing today. They said, "Go Bears."
Oh, yeah, I wish I could say I went there, but my sister went to Berkeley. I went to San Jose State. Yeah, the Bears. I don't really watch too much college football, but
Down here, it's huge, and I'm trying to get used to that.
I mean, you're more closer to the south, so
Yeah,
that's. I mean,
but being from up north, I mean, that wasn't like I was lucky if I could find a game, a decent game.
yeah,
You get your Army Navy, you'd always get that, um, and you get some Georgia games. I like Georgia Bulldogs.
okay.
Before I got here, so that's
Interesting.
sort of my
So
team.
you were from Rhode Island. You support the Steelers, and you support Georgia.
And you want to know my basketball team too? Now that we're in there,
Golden State Warriors.
no, Atlanta Hawks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, at least that's from Georgia. So you got a little bit of something that's connected.
Dominique, back when Dominique was in.
Oh no, human highlight film.
Huh?
The human highlight film.
Yeah. Back with Dominique and Spud Webb and Doc Rivers and
I remember that slam dunk contest. But
yeah,
when Spud Webb went off, that was crazy. I don't know if they still even have the slam dunk contest.
that shows your age. I was listening to a radio station this morning and they were like, "Oh, what stores do you remember that closed that you wanted to go to holiday season?" And they're saying names that like they would ask people to say their store that closed. And they're like, "Oh, we could tell your age."
My age is old. So yeah, no, I remember. Let me see, college football. I've seen a lot of West Coast stuff because my cousin went to UCLA. So when I first got here, first got to California, we would go to like a lot of UCLA versus USC games, Oregon, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
All Pac-10 stuff. I preferred the basketball games, even though the basketball team wasn't very good. Like I've seen a lot more basketball than I have football games. But sitting in Candlestick watching the Niners, that's freezing cold. My goodness, or a Giants game.
I had like a setup where I could switch my monitors and I could run the monitor from the shipping station and from the photo booth. But once my big once my big computer went down, I got to I just got to bring my laptop with me.
Yeah, I was actually, because I'm in a room here, I'm not in the garage. I was in the garage before, and then my laptop went down. So then that's why I moved in here. That's why I can only shoot the smaller things in here. I did get some like white padding, so I could put it up, I could roll it out, put it on the ground here and do like floor shots for like bigger clothing, but
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna do that. We'll see.
I have a hanging board that I use, and I can flip it up and down. So
Okay.
if I got to do a shirt or jeans or anything like that, I just push it down and hang it up on the little hanger and just do it that way. But the lighting is not the best. I need to come up with a little bit of better lighting for that
Yeah.
because it's like in the middle of my warehouse.
I've made a mess in this place. This back wall back here. You see the hooks right there?
Yeah.
That's what I'm supposed to. I had that originally. I had that hanging, and then this right here. This I just flipped this around, but it's such a mess now that I don't even put that up anymore. So I had a vinyl thing that rips. So I'm thinking about putting another one there. Just I'll get like a cheap thing, like you said, you can flip it like two different colors, light and dark, or something like that.
Yeah, mine is I mean I can pull it off real quick. Pull my other wire off. I'll show you. Don't mind the mess, guys.
No worries.
So this is what it looks like when it's up. If I can find it. So it just looks like a board.
Okay.
Okay. And then I have a little hook here.
Yeah. Oh, it just comes down.
And I just take it and I flip it down.
Nice.
And I got a little hook there. I just hook it, boop, take my pictures. Well, you can see it's a little dark there, but I just got to work on it. It's not like bad. I just got to work on it a little bit. That's all.
That's space conscious, though. I mean, you've taken up zero space doing that.
Listen, I can't tell you all my secrets.
You should do a video on that right there. Seriously.
I'm going to do a video on it.
Because that right there, because I'm talking about making space here. Yours is literally, you can put it away in a second.
Yep.
So that's sweet.
I try. It's funny because I go in the chats and I go, I try to tell like I've been brainstorming this whole process for 20 years.
I mean, nobody has this down. So these little things that you might think are little are huge. I mean, somebody else is looking in their garage saying, you know what, I could do that same setup.
I'll show you. I'm gonna do a little cheating right. I'm gonna do a little showing off right now, real quick.
Okay.
So this is my shipping area. So
Okay.
I have a board. Oh, don't break my light. I have a board that goes up on the wall and it comes down to here. But like this is my light. There we go. And it's on a like hold on. Goodness. Sorry guys. It's on like just like so I can move it anywhere I want. I can move it down. I can move it up. And then I have my other light up here.
Yeah, yeah.
And I like it, but I either need one on the other side, and I can't find this. I mean, I got this at like a yard sale or something. I wish I could get 10 more because it's so heavy duty, and I've looked into the heavy duty ones.
Yeah.
But I just can't find what I'm looking for.
Gotcha. You might have to get two parts, maybe just the clamp part and then whatever else, all that thing.
I mean, I when I come up with something, I don't sleep at night trying to figure out how to make something better or how to do something.
That's good. I'd probably sleep on it, but I mean, it's good that you got that drive.
He said I'd probably sleep on it.
I probably would, which is not good.
Like I said, though, I mean, I put all my hard thoughts into this whole business, and I can't give up,
Yeah, that's cool though. If I see one of those things at Home Depot or something, I'll let you know.
Yeah, I see cheap ones, but like this one, that one that I have is just like that thing is like wicked cool. I'll find it. I found companies online, but I'm not cheap, but I'm not gonna spend
You're
um
you're a reseller. You have a reseller mindset.
mentality. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I spend money. Trust me, man. If I told you the money I've spent on reselling, and I'm not saying on buying stuff. I'm saying on equipment.
Wait, so sorry, I missed you there for a second.
I'm not on like inventory on equipment. The money that I've spent.
Yeah. So for me, to be honest, I've kind of cheaped out on a lot of stuff. I
When
shouldn't.
when I got this warehouse,
Yeah.
I was going to build shelves. I've been a union laborer for 15 years, so I know how to build shelves. And I do them for all my buddies, like my buddy Nate and a couple other resellers. I'll go to their house and build shelves for them. Um, but when I wanted mine, I didn't want to build shelves because I didn't know how long I'd be able to stay here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it
Yeah.
was. We'll talk off camera. But
Yeah.
so I was like, I gotta get like collapsible rolling shelves. So
Yeah.
I have these. I have a bunch of them, but I have those,
Okay.
and I have actually 6 of those big ones. I mean, they're big. They're 30 inches deep, I think,
Okay. And
and
a lot of stuff on that.
I can fit a lot of stuff on there. Yeah, and like so, I bought those at like a refurbished place. I bought all my totes at a refurbished place. Um, I'll buy 100 totes for $4 a piece. It's $400, but I've had those totes for years.
Yeah. And they're all uniform, the same size, I'm guessing.
Yeah, yeah.
See, that's
It is messy as can be, but this is what I got. So the little boxes I put small. I
yeah.
put my smalls in, and then
Yeah.
the big boxes in the back. And they fit so much. I got a bunch on this shelf, and then a bunch on this shelf here,
Nice.
and then this is my death pile.
Well, everyone's got one. It's just a question of when you're going to get to it. That's all.
Yeah, well, the good thing with me is like I'm not afraid to bring it to the flea market. I will bring anything over there to the flea market, and then sometimes I pick through it. Like I'm like, oh, I can't bring that to the flea market. That's gonna go back in the eBay pile.
No, that's what you got to do. To me, there's always that stuff that you forget about.
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't. Maybe it's bad. Maybe people don't. But for me, I always find something and get surprised by it.
Yeah, and I'll bring stuff to the flea market, and I know I've looked it up before, and I'll be like, oh no, I can't sell that. Like this week, I've sold like 4 things I pulled out of the flea market that sold for $30, and I couldn't get 4 for it at the flea market.
Nice. That's what you got to do. Just keep going. A lot of these guys that do giant wholesale, giant like liquidation pallets, their biggest thing is just getting rid of the stuff.
Yeah.
They know they're going to sell 20, 30%, whatever, but then it's what do you do with the rest of it?
Yep. And you have to be able to have that mentality of, okay, I can let this go.
Yeah.
I got my money out of it. I'm going to let this go now.
Totally. I used to have more when I was in the Bay Area. I had more people that would come and just get certain things from me.
Yeah.
So I could get rid of them. I didn't have to worry as much. Now I don't really have that. I don't have that supply chain. So I have to be more cautious.
Okay, show and tell's over.
I like that arm thing though.
Yeah, I like that too.
I could tell heavy duty it would be able to hold that light bulb, and at the same time you can maneuver it to whatever you're shooting that day.
Yeah, I can bring my shade a little to the left. I can literally dance my shade wherever I want to.
Yeah, they look like 3-4 feet long too. So
it's about 2.5 feet. Yeah, it's probably about 2.5 feet long.
That's much better than mine. Mine's
I tried and it's not it's I'm just gonna say it, but it's not my boyfriend. But I always talk about Nate all the time. He has the same ring light as you, and I didn't like it. I tried it. He let me use it for like a week.
Yeah,
it wasn't for me.
I mean, I have it. I didn't. We already had it, so we got it for picture taking in general.
Yeah.
And so I just use it. It's kind of awkward a little bit, but it does the job. My pictures are not great.
No, mine aren't either.
For a while, I have shadows. I have like this. This light box is good, but it only fits stuff that's 24 inches and less.
And you still sell though, right?
I still sell stuff.
Yeah. So that's what matters. I watch some of these people, and I see what their light boxes are or what their pictures look like. I'll go into their store and I'll be like, okay, Leroy, stop picking on yourself because you're doing okay.
Yours is much better than mine. I'll tell you right off the bat. My picture taking is not good. I put pictures on Instagram. I'm almost embarrassed. You always see me saying something like, "Oh, excuse the crappy picture" or something like that.
I always say that. I think we're gonna stop as we talk a lot. We're gonna start talking in circles. But I always say this. I love looking at pictures and look in the back and see like ashtrays and like food plates. I'm like, really?
I'm not that bad, but what you'll see every now and then, you'll see like the corner or something. You might not be able to tell what it is, but it's something overlapping that shouldn't, that kind of stuff. But,
yeah, I do that too.
Yes,
you'll see a tape dispenser or another label from something. Yeah.
Now I've seen it where I couldn't tell what the item was. It was some action figure, but then they had like clothes and they had another action figure in the background, like folded up. I'm like, really? You're gonna do the same thing, the same picture?
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So I'm gonna I guess I'm gonna try to mute us while I normally do anyway, but I'm just gonna mute while I talk. So if you see my lips going, I'm not talking to you.
No worries.
Yeah. Like last time when we were on, I put my hand in front of my mouth, but we have nobody in the chat, so. Yeah,
you don't have to worry about that. I'll look up every couple minutes and see.
Yeah, it's the one-on-one listing live.
There you go.
Guys, you got a question? You want to ask any questions? In this chat, we only have one other person, so we'll try to get to it. Feeling left out in bigger chats? Come join us. We have no friends.
It's hilarious. That's all good. As long as I get some listings done, that's what counts.
That's the main key. Like I said, I'm gonna try not to call stuff out, but I've been on a lot of working lives, and like I'm just like, we need to get some listing done here, guys. What do you think about listing? Or sometimes if I see people like you, like trying to just run the live for some people that want to be there, and I'll jump in and I'll be like, "Hey, what's up? I'm gonna jump in just to help you guys out." You know.
That's cool. Thank you. Because it's hard. I mean, I'm bad at, even if I wasn't listing, just looking at the channel. That's tough.
How big are your descriptions when you do descriptions?
I'm trying to minimize them. I used to have, literally, I would go to like websites and look up the items and do all this. And I thought, you know, I'm wasting so much time here. And then I was watching some videos and they were talking about how people don't even look at the descriptions anymore.
Yeah. No.
What you want to do is just kind of like make it slightly longer than the title if you got to add something that didn't fit or something like that.
No.
So now it's not much longer than the title, if I can.
I don't even bring my title down.
Do you max out the title, like the 80 characters?
Up top, I try to.
But I mean, it's not
I do at least 60.
Okay. But I mean, if you're talking about tools, they'll have like a code or a number or like something, right? Like
Yeah.
Yep.
You're not going to trick somebody into getting something that they don't want. Do you want this ratchet or do you not want this ratchet?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, that's actually easier if you have like a serial number or a code or a number that goes with it. That's the bad thing about clothing. It doesn't always have that.
Oh no, tell me I got one done already. Yay. One down. Somebody just told me I'm brilliant. Such a perfect video on my my Instagram Santa story. All right. I don't even think I'm going to do any shipping today.
Shipping? Yeah, I try and do most of it the night before. after 9, because I know that's my cutoff. Nothing else is going to go out next day. But then every now and then I'll do some in the morning too.
I just try. I usually ship it out every day, because my post office is like a half a mile. I got 2 post offices within a half a mile.
That's good.
Yeah, I like I tell you, like I research stuff. Like I totally researched where I was moving to when I came down, like based on my reselling job.
Nice.
Like I looked for flea markets. I looked to see how the auctions were around here, how the storage units were around here, where my post office was. Just I really, really, really researched. Again, I didn't sleep at night.
Well, this is why your business is thriving. So this is cool. That's what you got to do.
We're gonna get you to not sleep at night. Your wife would love that.
Yeah, I like my sleep.
I sleep in separate beds because I'm up too much.
Me, I toss and turn. I think my wife would probably prefer if I slept in a separate bed.
She would be happy.
Yeah, she like finally sleep.
About time. I'll try to start off. I think last night I stayed in the bed, but 90% of the time I'm not.
That's good though. You got a lot of energy. It sounds like.
I'll wake up. I'll have a bowl of cereal like 3 in the morning and comment to YouTube videos, and it's horrible.
You're on the East Coast, so you've already been up for it's what 1 in the afternoon where you are.
Yeah, I get up this morning at. Well, it's hard to say because, I got up at 7:30, but I was up for 2.5 hours last night.
Okay.
So I didn't go back to bed until 5 o'clock.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So I was up checking videos, just commented on videos. I did a little research on trying to get text into my videos. This is my life.
Well, at least you're up early. I get up around 7 my time. And
That's not bad.
Because the kids' school, they get up around 7, so I can't take all the credit. You hear these little feet running around.
Yeah. How many you got? How many children you got?
2, 8 and 10. So they both have their. It's weird because they have the at-home school now.
Yeah.
It's all online, so it's so strange.
So you're home, they're home, the wife's home. Oh man, no wonder why you're hiding in the closet.
Yeah, I mean it gets weird every now and then. Everyone's kind of like in everybody else's space.
Yeah.
There's no nowhere to go.
Yeah.
So,
I'm gonna do a description real quick.
Go for it.
Yeah.
But we make it work. They're actually pretty good, to be honest. I don't hear from them until, let's see, what is it? Oh, any minute now. Yeah, I'll probably hear feet.
Yeah, I have one child and she lives back up north, so it's not, I don't have anybody, you know what I mean? So it's not, I can just do whatever.
Yeah, it's funny though, with them being online, now they're so used to it that they're always online. So they're not too bad about needing anything. Actually, it's a question of us trying to get them off the laptop or the computer or whatever.
My daughter will not. She does not get. I talked to her through FaceTime, and I think we have a TikTok relationship because she'll send me videos, and when she does, it makes me feel good because I know that she's directing it to me.
That's cool.
You know what I mean? So she might not say anything for like half a day, but she'll send me a TikTok video and I always reply back to her,
That's That's awesome. You got like a little thing going on there, so that's cool.
It's funny though, because she'll send me, and then I send her like daddy TikToks.
Yeah.
Like today I sent her some from a father telling the daughter she can't have a boyfriend.
Oh man, I can't even think about that conversation. My daughter's 8 right now, so
My daughter's 12.
okay. So she's right getting into that whole I'm trying not to think about that yet.
She and her best friend is a guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not even going there. I'm like, you're supposed to be 4 for the rest of your life.
I'm very like verbal with my daughter. Like I tell her everything. I've never hid anything from my daughter. So I tell her, like, I told her when she first started talking to this little boy, like, they're not dating. They're just really good friends.
Yeah.
And when she first started talking to her, I said, listen, you better tell him I don't want to see him and let him know I have a really nice handgun. This knucklehead goes and tells the boy, I said, you can't do that. You're going to get me arrested.
Oh, my goodness.
You can't do that, Bianca. She said, you told me to.
Well, at least she's direct.
Yeah.
Not scared.
It's funny, though. So now we'll send each other videos back and forth, like stuff like that. Well, I used to never, like, hold on a second. I used to always like push like no she can't have boyfriends, and I don't want you to have kids like after before a certain age. I'm like, I don't want to be a grandfather until I'm 60.
Yeah.
But again, I don't want any grandchild. I don't want my daughter to have anything. But I sort of lightened up on it a little. Just a little personal thing with me. My daughter's going through some personal stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't care about talking about it. I've said it before, but there's nobody here. But she was diagnosed with lupus, and they're checking spots for some other stuff. I mean, I really don't want to get into it. I think you get it. So they're checking spots on her body for some other stuff. So like she'll go to the doctors and she'll be like sad and stuff. So now I don't really push it. Like if that's your little boyfriend,
sure.
I can't do anything about it. I try not to be a jerk because life is short on anybody. The relationship I've had with her, we've always had a very forward relationship. And she knows I live here, that I might not come back to visit her again. Like, you never know. I hate to say it, but it's just the truth.
Yeah.
I might never make it back there. Like, we live far away. So we've always had that relationship. So she knows, she knows about death, and we both talk about it. So that's just something people need to like be a little more open. I know it sucks. It sucks to have to talk to you. Man, for me to talk to my 11-year-old daughter about that stuff, like that was horrible.
But I mean, you have that, like, you guys are able to at least go there. People can't have anything close to that kind of conversation.
I used to not tell people this story, especially people in your shoes, because you have younger children.
Yeah.
But it's a whole nother story. But I was put in a situation years ago where a guy close to me is going through what I'm going through, but his son passed.
Yeah.
And I was there for him and didn't want to be. And it was a blessing that I was able to be there. And God picked me to be there for him. So I think that's what opened my eyes up as much like now. So like my daughter and I, it's just like, whatever they find. I mean, if they find cancer or whatever they find, or they cure it, whatever, it is not something I'm going to dwell on and make it bad. Like, I don't want you to be sad about it. I don't want anybody listening to the story to be sad about it. Just be positive. Like, that's what I do. Just be positive and be like, you know what? I still talk to her every day. Like, I talk to, and in my videos, like I always say at the end of my new videos, I say be love. And be love means I love you, Bianca. Nobody else knows, but every time my daughter sees that, she'll see at the end of it, oh, Daddy said be love, and I'm gonna always do it.
Nice.
you know. So back to listing.
No,
I had your like almost attention. You were like standing straight up. Look at you. You're a good guy.
no. I mean, you are direct, and you have that's cool that you have your relationship like that. That you're that open with your daughter, especially at her. She's young, so I mean, that means she's up there mentally. She's up there. She's like mentally strong.
Yeah, she gets sad. Like when she started getting like she hasn't even literally been diagnosed with stuff, but when she started like losing her hair, so she lost all her hair. So when she started losing her hair, she was going in junior high school. Like it was this year.
Wow.
And like I had to tell her like listen, because she wouldn't go to like birthday parties because they were having pool parties.
Sure.
And I'm like, Bianca, stop it. You need to rock it. If you don't talk to people, just like me, I cannot tell you what's going on with my daughter or anybody online. I cannot tell them and just hide it and hold it to myself. But if I tell you, I'm teaching you. If I tell you, I'm teaching you. So if anything ever happens in anybody's life, they can be like, hey, you know what? I like that attitude that Leroy had. He tried his best. He didn't dwell on it. And, he knew, if he got in a car accident tomorrow, he always had a relationship with his daughter, even though it's 900 miles away.
Yeah, you made the best out of every second that you had here.
Yep. So I told Bianca, I was like, Bianca, you rock it. I said, you talk to the other kids and explain to them. If you tell people what is wrong with you or explain it, they're more likely to be on your side than if they have to assume all the time. So if they're going to joke around, going around, Bianca has no hair. Oh, she looks like she got attacked by a dog. No, it's like, I have a problem, I have a deficiency or whatever. And, you don't have to get into it, but just explain it to them and teach them. Mm-hmm. Like some of my best friends, like, have no arms or have learning disabilities or, they blind. Like I've had so many friends. I'll ask them. I'll straight up come up to you and be like, hey, so what happened? Like, why are you blind? And they'll explain the story. Like, because I'm not a jerk. I'm not like picking on them behind their back.
You want to know. You're just curious and want to find out.
Yep. So you go over there and you take pictures. Stop looking at me.
Dad, I get this.
I don't want to be that guy that holds you up. I don't want to hold you up. We're here to work. But I'm like I said, I'm here to try to help people too. That's just me, man.
Yeah. No, that's cool that you have the way you talk to your daughter. If I was to do that with my 10-year-old, he'd probably run away halfway through. But
I've always, my daughter and I have always been, we've always been close because we've always been apart. So it wasn't a relationship where we stayed together. We were apart when she was born. So I've always had a relationship with Bianca. It's actually stronger.
Well, you made it stronger. That's why.
Yeah. So cool. So she's like, she gets it and she knows how daddy is. Like with her mother, like she is just a little terror. With me, I don't take no junk. Like I've never hit my daughter in my life, and I never plan on it. But if I have to, I'll tell you now. Some people won't like me in the chats, but if I have to give my daughter a spanking at 13, I don't plan on it. But
yeah.
Oh, I'm like so debating on going to the flea market tomorrow or just staying and listing.
You're not out of inventory, I'm guessing, from looking at your.
No. I need to get rid of inventory like that. The only reason I go to the flea market is to get rid of stuff.
Well, why not be a thing then?
But I feel like my inventory right now is stale. Flea market wise. I mean, even though I jump around. So, and I sort of get discouraged if I go and I make $100. I mean, sometimes that's more than I make online. But
I mean, if it sounds like a win-win to me.
yeah, we'll see. I don't know what I want to do. I really want to just come here and list, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
But it depends on. I could wake up 2 in the morning and be like, all right, I'm out. Go to the flea market. I've been on about 20 different videos, and you're getting some information, buddy. You are getting some information today. I try to make it always different. Like, I don't want to sound like a broken record. I'm on so many videos.
No, you got. I mean,
I got You think Louis got stories? I got stories for days. I'm 45 years old. I've been through the ringer. Like,
it's all about the little stuff, man. That you might not think of the story. It's probably a huge story to somebody else. What is this thing? Oh, it's a Wi-Fi hotspot. I buy too much stuff that I leave and I forget what it was.
hey, we got somebody else in the chat. What's up, Howard?
Oh, who am I going to interview next? I have to be honest. I'm not quite sure. I haven't set anything up.
It's not me, guys.
Yeah. I'm gonna interview Leroy right here. I'll ask him right here. I should, Dan. You got a lot to say. I should interview you next.
Anytime. For you, anytime.
Okay.
All right.
You guys got an exclusive. The two people that here got an exclusive right there. Let's see. What's up, fella? Hey, Mickey. How's it going? Just joined it. Looks like I missed it a lot. Nah, you missed a lot of standing out. Well, you missed quite a few stories, and then an entire warehouse kind of overview for Leroy there. So actually cool stuff there. So if you rewind the video, you can see his setup for his lighting and for the shelving. Oh, and the best part was the drop down. I'm still really impressed by that drop down background thing you have.
Yeah, one of many surprises.
Yeah.
I'll have to clean up the warehouse and then just do a video tour.
You should. I think people will like all those little things, like makeshift things you did. People will like those.
All those everything is like 3 hours of non-sleep.
Yeah.
So when I come in here, I call this my non-sleep dungeon.
There you go.
Let's see. Let's see. I'm looking at lights too. Used photo booth. When it comes to lighting for your clothing and stuff, you just have to. I'm talking about chat. You just have to do what works for you. I mean, you can watch videos and people will tell you this light box works, or I do it this way. Or you have to try a couple of things. Financially, where it's not expensive to try it, or even if you have resale friends or I can't say the word. Photographer friends, like ask them if you can use their lights for a day and get an idea that way. Because I've spent a lot of money and not liked what I spent the money on. So don't be afraid to just buy something cheap and try it that way. Because I might tell you to get a light box and it might not be what's going to work for you.
Yeah, the light box that I have here, I think I spent $35 on it on Amazon. It's not the best, but I specifically look for some, because this actually fits in my garage. I have these, when I move back there, I'll show you guys. I have these shelves, and then I have the bench. In between it is 24 inches exactly, and it comes out at 24 inches. That's what I was looking for. So it might not work for you guys, but it worked perfectly in that spot, and it's good for small stuff. But I've seen these YouTubers with these literally walk-in boxes. I don't know if that's necessary for everybody.
Yeah, you gotta have the room for that.
Check background. I mean, if you got the room, if you got the money, then go for it. But if not, I wouldn't spend the money on something different.
I don't know if I'm back on the chats. I don't know if my advice is good, but that's why we're all here. That's why we're sitting here talking to each other, learning each other, and just trying to help each other out. So I'm glad that you appreciate that. That's good advice. Thank you.
Yeah, because what scares me is a lot of times people will give advice based on their situation, and what they can afford, and you don't know. Talking to someone you don't know what they can or can't. So
that's exactly to your point. What I was saying is, ask someone, if you can borrow like I was telling them earlier, like I asked my buddy if I can borrow his ring light. I would have went out and bought a $50 ring light and realized I didn't like it.
Exactly, because you don't. Yep. Even if you can afford it, why spend on something you're not going to use?
Yep. And again, guys, reach out to us, reach out to other resellers, because we all try something 5 times before we like it. So if you throw it on your Instagram, be like, hey, looking to get into a photo lights or umbrella lights.
Not that I'm selling this or anything, but if anyone's interested, that's the brand for my light box. It's a 24, 25 inch. That doesn't say on there. I think it's 24 or 25 inches by 24 or 25 inches. And it's $35, which I didn't spend for a long time, to be honest. I dragged my heels forever.
Yeah.
So, no.
My setup that I showed you, that snake, I found that somewhere, but the light bulb, it is an umbrella light bulb, and I only paid $10 for it on Amazon.
Nice.
Yeah. But if you don't have a skirt around it or like a shade over it, it does shadow.
Yeah, I have shadows for days. I still have lots of shadows, but I just try and zoom in and just make sure it's a clean picture at least.
Yeah.
And describe it well, and then I go from there. To be honest, if you really don't want to spend money, if you go in your backyard, sunlight is the best light.
Yeah.
Light. If you can do that, layouts in cardboard or whatever. I've seen a lot of people do that. I'm too lazy to, but I saw this one guy. He goes to the bin. The second after he buys it, he lays it in the bin.
The parking lot. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, just like he had like a white sheet, I think. Maybe.
Yep.
I mean, you do what you got to do.
Yeah, I've seen especially with tools, I've seen on the back of a tailgate.
Yeah. And that fits, actually, to be honest. I mean, as long as, you're not selling a tailgate and tool at the same time.
You mean the red background for tools don't fit?
Anything that's uniform, anything that's clean and uniform fits.
Yeah. It's only red because of the last name. That's the only reason why it's red.
Mine is, I would describe my background as multicolored, gray, shadow, white.
Oh, that's great.
It's like a cloudy day. That's how I describe it.
Back on the chat. Yeah, the LED desktop lights there from Walmart, not great, but it gets the job done. Like, you're still trying and you're still trying to find a way to make money. So don't sleep on that. Like, I'm proud of you. If he doesn't get sick of me, I'm going to try to come on a couple times a week.
Nah, come on whenever, man. It's better than me talking to myself. I lost my Scotty peeler.
Is that the little thing that pulls the labels off?
Yeah, it's like scraping off stickers and stuff like that. I used to have a bunch of them.
So here's another Leroy exclusive. Go online and type in plastic razor blades.
Oh, there you go.
You can get plastic razor blades. They're scrapers, and you get them like you would get a package of 100. Okay. And you can use a regular scraper, the flat scrapers.
Uh-huh.
And then when it gets dull, you just throw it away and use another one. Being in the construction industry, they used to use them on glass all the time, and I would wonder how they did it. And that's all it is. I actually have one here. So this is just a blade.
Yeah.
But it's just a plastic blade. It's a plastic blade.
Okay.
It's just a plastic razor blade, and it doesn't cut me, nothing. I'm not getting cut. It's just, but it works really, really well. And then when it gets dull, you throw it away and get another one.
That makes sense. Yeah, I need to. I'm just cheap and lazy. I'll just keep doing something until I literally.
I told you I spend a ton of money. That will be in the next video, guys. I'm just kidding.
There you go.
Let's see.
Side feature on Pixel is not light. Okay.
Guys, we're not ignoring you. We're working over here.
Yeah.
Nobody's there. I'm just letting them know. We got the two that's still there. We're working over here.
All these things.
That's cool that you're a Bears ticket holder. That's awesome. I've never actually. I know I've been to the Patriots, but my favorite football team. I didn't go. I haven't been to a game. I've been to the stadium for my 40th birthday, but I did a lot of partying, so I didn't make it to the game.
I've seen the Bears play. I've been. My sister didn't really get me in there, but my uncle, he went there too back in the day. So, but I'm not, like I said, I'm not too up on college football. But it's not as hardcore, I don't think, as, like you said, like down south. Like if you go to like you said, an LSU or a Georgia game. Or,
Gamecocks, Georgia, Clemson. They're holding 80,000.
Yeah, that would be, I think, something else. But I don't want to disparage any Bears.
Yeah. Yeah, they're holding 80,000 people. It's crazy.
I think it went to a Stanford. They call it. I don't know if they call that the game. They call it a Stanford versus Cal game. We're very good at the time though. But I think that's the big game. At least for Berkeley fans.
Yeah, definitely in Texas, Georgia, and you said you're from Florida. Yeah, definitely. I'm starting to realize that. Whereabouts are you in Florida? So is that your nickname or is that your birth name? Orlando, Florida. I've been there. I've been there once.
Same here. Once I went to Disney World.
Originally from Michigan, grew up in Sacramento. Finished college in Illinois. You have been around the map, man. Holy moly. I've been from Rhode Island to South Carolina.
At least you're down one coast.
Mickey has been around the globe. Holy moly.
That's cool, though.
Yeah, that's awesome. I gotta go double check something. I think I'm double listing here. Let's see. Hold on. Land on now, code removed, prepare start. I'm exhausted. Yeah, I'm exhausted from moving once. And I'm not even done yet. I still got 2 more truckloads to pull out of the north.
It's the worst. And I used to move people for a living, and I still hate it. Oops. Oh, okay. See, my first major move was when I was, 11 and a half. So I didn't have to do any of the heavy lifting from London to the Bay Area. Second one, I mean, other than inner city moves, major move would be like 2 years ago, moving from the Bay Area up to here. Both of them sucked. But you gotta do what you gotta do.
I think once you have kids, you actually you settle down because of school.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We came here actually for better housing prices and cheap, better school. Well, the school district was good there too, but it was so competitive. I mean, like lines just to register kids. It was bad.
Guys, I got another bolo. We only got a few people here, but if anybody watches back, any small tools you see, like for jewelers or anything like that, always pick them up. And if you go places, you go to like a flea market and stuff, and you see people with like with a stand and it looks a little expensive, don't walk by it. The second time around, spend a little bit more time and look behind. I was at a guy's flea market stand and I saw all the stuff was expensive. I walked by it. The second time I spent a little time, I bought something that I sold last week for $60 and sold it for $190. And then I bought a bunch of these small little screwdrivers for a watchmaker or a jeweler, and I bought all of them for $10. I bought 14. I've been selling them for $10 a piece for a while. I just took an offer on one right now. The guy he offered me 10 and he's paying shipping. I paid 10 for all of them. I'm making $10 on it. So don't be afraid to go double back and look.
That makes sense, especially those little like thing that not everyone sells. You can make a killing off that.
Yeah, it's $10, but to most people, I'm not wasting my time on a $10 item. Yeah, but like I just told you, I bought 14 of them for $10, and I've sold some of them I sold for 15. So I've made $100 off of $10.
And something you can maybe even get again and be like a replenishable.
Yeah, they're hard to find. The old ones, they're hard to find.
Oh, okay.
You can find cheap ones from China or whatever, but the ones that I had are hard to find.
Gotcha. But at least you found 14 of them, or whatever. So
yeah, and that one piece that I bought off the guy, that like I said, I paid $65 for, and I sold it for over $100 profit.
Wow. It's just knowing what to look for right there.
Yeah. He doesn't want a lot of people on the chats. He just wants all you guys to come back and watch us so we can keep dropping nuggets all day.
There you go. I'm writing all this down, man.
No, you're not.
I'm going to put out a video. I'm going to call it What Leroy Said.
You're killing me. I'm telling you, we're going to do this until you get sick of me. We're going to do this once a month. I mean, once a week, not once a month. All right, so have I still done what I was supposed to do? No.
Model T.
Okay. Do you have Linktree hooked up to your Instagram?
Yeah. For a while, for like 6 months, I had it hooked up and I didn't know it was the wrong. was the wrong link, but yeah, that's helpful because people don't spend much time looking at stuff. So if you have one thing where it's all there.
Yep. Yo, I'll have to pick your brain and have you walk me through it one day.
Sure.
If you ever have time.
Yeah. Anytime.
A lot of that stuff, like this knowledgeable stuff that I tell everybody, that's, to me, it's no brain stuff, but a lot of the stuff that you guys do, I'm still learning.
I'm with you. I wouldn't count me as you guys because I'm pretty bad with this stuff, to be honest. I do like some of the basic stuff, but like people are doing a lot better.
What Leroy said, you're killing me. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go home and tell the family that one.
I'm gonna make that a bit.
He's gonna make a video. What Leroy said.
Yeah.
This is the beginning month. So my promise to myself is to have about 2,000 subscribers by this time next year.
Awesome.
I'm not in it to make a ton of money, but I'm just in it to, like, I know so much, guys. Like, I'm not even kidding.
I can tell, like, the couple times you've been on here, you've already dropped gold, man. So you continue to do that. Because I'm relatively quiet, but when you talk, you're saying stuff that's good. People want to hear that.
And I get excited about it. Like, if I get into it and I get excited,
yeah,
just let me run with it, and I'll realize I gotta shut up.
Just keep going. I might not be looking at the screen, but I'm listening.
Yeah, no. And it's funny because, like I told you, like, I watched a lot of big guys, and I would hear them say stuff, and I'm like, man, I've known that for 15 years. That's not new to me.
Yeah. That's true. That's why you got to make some of those videos. It's good that you started already.
All right, so that's good. Let's get back here. See what the chat's doing. How much longer are you staying on, do you know?
Probably not too long. Let's see, it's 10:50. Yeah, not too long. I'm probably gonna cut it short in a little bit.
Okay.
So about 2.5. Yeah. Because I'm running out of stuff. The way I do it is I do it based on what I have to have pictured.
Okay.
And then the kids will be down about, no, they got 15, 20 minutes before they come down. So yeah, at least 15, 20 minutes I'll still stay on.
Okay. I think next time I come on, I'll throw it on my Instagram.
Oh yeah, I'm bad about that too. I remember somebody was asking, who was it? Oh, Louis said, "Oh, you're on now," and it was already after I was already on. So I'm like,
yeah.
To start, and I put it. I literally after I started the video, I put it on Instagram.
Yeah.
So that's too late. And my goal is to actually do this earlier in the day. Like, because I come on my time around 8-ish, 8:30. I wanted to see if I can push myself to get up like at 5 or 6 Pacific.
He said Leroy bombs.
So for you, that would be 9 o'clock or something.
Yeah, that doesn't matter. What the guy in the chat, Mickey said Leroy bombs. We're dropping Leroy bombs. Come back and join us next week. We'll be back probably. He'll let me know when he's coming back on, and I'll jump on.
I'm gonna go. Next time will probably be Monday.
Yeah.
And
okay.
Tuesday, I'm not gonna do Tuesday because I know
Eric
does it on Tuesday, so I'm not gonna mess with him.
Yeah, I'm usually over there on Tuesday.
So Tuesday, I might be recording. I record for like half an hour and 45 minutes. I kind of do like we've been doing like reviews of things. Me and this guy Paul Perez.
Okay.
He has a podcast too. Yeah, so we did like a movie review. We did like a food review. And we try and tie it loosely into reselling, but it's something to break things up. So I usually do that Mondays or Tuesdays.
That's cool though.
Because I'm the kind of person to get bored of one thing fast.
Again, Mickey, you guys might call it knowledge, but I'm a little low on myself, so I don't normally like to brag about stuff. So,
well, you think it's not knowledge, but it is. I mean, just because we're not, accounted for doctors doesn't mean this isn't knowledge. For every reseller, that stuff's gold, man. This is one of my favorite brands to find. Right? You can see that. Galoob. They made like a lot of like 80s, 90s toys. If you ever see them, pick them up. This is like, I don't even know what this is, Anastasia or something other. It's like a Disney movie.
what's the name again?
Galoob. I think they made wrestling action figures too. I'm not focusing here. Can you see that? I don't know if they're around still, but did you ever catch? There's a Netflix documentary. I'm not sure if you, the toys that made us. I think they talk about them too. They're like one of these. Yeah, they're like companies like Kenner, Galoob, LGN. These are like toy companies that are not really around anymore, but they're around up until like the 90s. I love picking up that kind of stuff.
You know what was 2 miles away from my house growing up?
What?
Hasbro factory.
Oh no! I knew you were going to say something like that because I knew they're in the East Coast.
Yep.
Nice. Yep. I would have loved to have been in those offices in the 70s and the 80s.
My mom actually worked for Hasbro.
Really?
Like 45, 50 years ago.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Yep. And she still had a connection when we were younger. So they used to let the employees go in and get. So we grew up on Gi Joe.
Okay.
Like I had 3 brothers, so we grew up on Gi Joe. Like we had every time there was like, remember the aircraft carriers, and I've had all that.
You had the aircraft carrier?
No. Have had.
Okay.
Don't get nervous.
That's like a holy grail. If you can find one of those.
No, don't get nervous. Don't get nervous.
You got me all excited there for a second.
But no, I could talk toys. I just don't deal with them.
Yeah. I mean, I kind of fell into it in a sense because I got back into eBay and I wasn't sure what I should do. And that's just one thing I figured I could do, and I just kept going with it.
That's what I try to explain to people. It's like, when you're online, here's another Leroy bomb. When you wherever you live, like pay attention to what was there 40 years ago. So what was here 40 years ago? You know what I mean? Yeah. What factories, what businesses were in your area 40 years ago?
Yeah.
After 40 years, that stuff's gonna start resurfacing at estate sales, yard sales, flea markets.
Mm-hmm.
So always pay attention. Like I try to explain to you guys, when I moved here, this is what I did. I didn't sleep trying to find out what was in my area. Now, there is not a lot of tool places in my area that I know of back 40 years ago, but there's a ton of farmers. So all the farmers buy tools. So that's why I moved where I moved, because I can go within 100 miles. I can be in Tennessee. I can be in Georgia. I can be further in South Carolina, and I can be in North Carolina. and all those places have farmlands that I can buy tools from.
So you're pretty centrally located to get all that stuff.
Yep.
That's pretty cool.
So always pay attention when you guys are moving, or if you're even if you're not moving, like even now, just look up, go and look factories that closed within 100 miles from me. Google's going to tell you anything you ask her. She's going to somewhat put you in the right area.
Yep.
So don't be afraid to like ask that. And if it was a yarn company, start looking at what yarns are good. What did that company make that now on eBay there's a market for it.
Yeah.
So if it was Hasbro and GI Joe is big up north, GI Joe is big. I see GI Joes up north. I see a lot of machinist tools, a lot of just a lot of that kind of stuff. So always pay attention.
Oh yeah. And then right now, I don't know if it's like I find all these concert tees.
Yep.
People can't go to concerts.
Yeah.
You can't. They're not holding them, at least since March or whatever. So for whatever reason, these are flying, even like crappy bands I've never even heard of, or people.
Oh yeah.
Because you can't go. It's nostalgia for 2019, as sad as that is. But I mean, it's just
Yeah, the future we can't control, but the past we can always remember.
Yep.
So you can, you might be sad because you lost your job, or you're gonna lose your job, but what makes you happy? Oh, I remember when I went to a Kiss concert, or I remember when I used to play GI Joes. So you're gonna go online, you're gonna buy a $30 shirt. To me, I paid $5 for that shirt, and you're buying it for $30. I'm excited, but to you, it's a memory.
Mm-hmm. It is. That's what we're buying, and get that stuff listed, because I think there's like I always talk about, 1995 was kind of like the cutoff for a lot of stuff, because it's kind of like pre-internet. All this, I mean, if you talk about vintage, pre-95, anything 75 to 95, doesn't matter if it's a shirt, if it's a toy, if it's a sign. Oh, signs, that's one thing I really want to get into. Like signage, I just don't see much of it.
Now, the expensive stuff, or just even entry level?
Starting entry level for me, because I don't have the room for like heavy duty ones. If I had my own store, I would have, because I could have somewhere to put it. Yeah. But another thing is because you can't ship that like normally. You have to.
Yeah. Nate finds a lot of signs around here too.
Because I used to do that stuff every day.
Yep.
Okay. If it were me, it'd be like 30 inches and below. Like I love pennants, like baseball style pennants, but then from everything, from like Disneyland, from like state parks, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, he finds that stuff too.
That stuff, pennants. Don't sleep on those. I pick them up for like 50 cents a piece, and they'll be stacked together. People don't sell one; they'll sell like 50 of them.
So I'll stack them,
and you get like $20 for this whole stack. I'll just take the whole thing, and like 3 or 4 of them will sell for like $20 to $50, and the rest will sell over time, like 6 months to a year. But then they'll sell for 20, 25, 30, something like that. I love pennants.
We should start a series the beginning of the year where it's short, where we do this kind of a chat, and it's short, and we talk about just like finds and how, like all the stuff we're telling, man. There's people that would beg for what we're doing right now, and it's not in other videos. So we're gonna have to talk. You don't have to if you don't want to, but I'm thinking we should do something. It would be short, or we can edit it out of stuff. But
sure.
Something's going in my heart right now, just saying like, I think we need to do something. I mean, if my style's a little too much for you, I understand. But
I like the people that kind of go overboard on the detail, because there's a lot of people talking about the stuff you can find all over, but like you said, snap-on tools and going in detail about that a little bit. That's what we need.
And some people don't even know how to do bulk buys.
Yeah.
They don't know how to find bulk buys. They go into Goodwill because they don't know better.
Yeah.
So we'll
Yeah,
talk off air, but
yeah, absolutely.
think about it and just put it on the back burner. We got the new year coming up, and a lot of new when you do that stuff. People are looking for stuff to get into at the new year because they think it's new.
Yeah,
It's just another day.
that's true.
But they honestly think, oh, it's a new year. I'm going to get into reselling. Or it's a new year. I'm going to now listen to somebody
Yeah,
new. So
but it's,
you let me know what you want to do.
yeah, absolutely. Man. I like the weird and wonderful. I like tags. I like old signs. I like old, like if you see a company name, it has a year next to it and it's old. I like all that. I don't know why. I like that kind of stuff.
My thing is I like stuff that I hate to say it, but I sort of like stuff that I got a story with it.
Yeah, no, I think that's, I mean, if there's a story behind something, it makes it something that people are going to remember. If there's no story, there's nothing behind it. People are going to be like, whatever.
There's a pic that I went to, and the guy was a salesman for a company. You probably actually heard of it. You ever hear of Nicholson File?
I think so, yeah.
They make files like rasp and files. And this guy was a salesman there, and I only talked to his children. I didn't talk to him, but the little bit of information I got out of the children was amazing. And the stuff that I got, like, I wish I had one of those picks a year.
Yeah. I mean, sometimes you just, fall into something. Like you said, that kind of pick.
Yeah, I'm in the chats. Yeah, definitely storage units is the way to go. If you're into that, I do buy storage units. I buy about right now I'm about 6 a year. I did 6 last year. So I'm try to stay under 10. I figure get rid of a unit a month is sort of how I'm trying to deal with that. And like I always say all the time, look into estate auctions. It's a little different. You can still buy bulk stuff and you're getting rid of the junk. If you buy a storage unit, you clean it out, it takes you 10 hours to process the stuff. You might go into a state auction and it might take you 10 hours. You got to drive there, you got to stay there all day if that's your thing, but you're not going to have to go through all the trash and stuff. You're going to get pretty much what you want, even though you want to bulk buy. So look into that as well. Go to auctionzip.com. I'm stuck on my pitches for some reason.
That's huge. I've done a handful of storage units, not as many as I should have. And I really targeted this. One guy, I literally went there with a truck and I helped him move his stuff. And he's a good friend of mine now, too, actually. And he had a storage unit, not a very big one, but it was full to the brim of clothing, vintage toys. And so I didn't buy it the normal way you do. I was going through him. He was just basically closing down his storage locker. So that took a while. It took like a week or two. Yeah. But I was able to do that because I knew him.
I'm going to try to make this my last story. We all do our thing. We go to different auctions and different flea markets and thrift shops, and you start to know, Mo and Leroy and these people, and you're like, oh, he's here. I'm not gonna have a shot. Or oh, I just saw this car drive down the street, so I'm not gonna be able to get anything. Well, I've learned when I go to these places and I see like my competitors, I'll talk to them. And one time I was at one and I said to the guy, hey, I said, what'd you get? Oh, I bought the whole place. I said, well, listen, I have about 4 or 5 hours. I have my truck here. If you'd like me to help you bring in some of the stuff to your house, I'd be more than happy to help you. And he hesitated for a few minutes, and then he came up to me. He said, yeah, I got to get this out today. I'll take your help. He goes, I'll pay you by the hour, and then I'll give you first pick. I said, what? First pick? That was the smartest thing I did.
Yeah. because you don't know what you did there. You gave him free help to move. The moving part is the worst part of it. Getting rid of it, and then someone's going to help you do that. That's huge.
Yeah. So like, just because you feel that you lost out, you try the next step.
Yeah. Actually, that's something I need to do in the new year. Get into more storage units.
Do you have a place to store it and everything?
Not as much. I used to. Like, I don't have a warehouse anymore. I used to have space wasn't an issue for me before. And I never really bought big things, so it was fine. I had shelves, I had racks, I had pallets, I had pallet jack. Yeah. I never thought about that until I didn't have it. So now I don't have a pallet jack. I can put up shelving in my garage. I have a pretty decent sized garage, but at the same time, it's you got other stuff in there too. So
fly me down. We'll go to the store. We'll build you some shelves.
Let's do it. I did that. I did that. I worked at a company a couple of years back, and then they did industrial shelving. It took us like a week. That's awesome. 20-foot high, heavy industrial.
Yep.
Yeah. That's what you got to do though, because it's a 20,000 square foot warehouse. So you're going to invest in that and put it together yourself. Mm-hmm. You're not going to go buy ready-made shelves.
No.
But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I'm probably gonna head off in a couple minutes here. Got a lot of pictures down now.
Now, will you go in the other room and do your listings? Is that what you do?
No, I'm gonna do them here, but I'm gonna have to leave. We're gonna in a little bit probably gonna have lunch, and then I usually take a run to the post office, and then I try not to go because around here, once it hits 2:30, 3 o'clock, the post office. Even getting in to drop off stuff, there's a line. There was never a line to drop off stuff before. But now, the last 2 weeks, there's a line to drop off stuff. It's weird.
Yep.
So if I get in by before 2, I'm good.
Yeah, Mo, I'm gonna jump out. I will definitely catch back up with you. I'll talk to you on Instagram.
Okay, sounds good, man.
All right, thank you very much.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, have a good day, buddy.
You too.
Bye, everyone.
See ya. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off too. Thanks for listening. Anyone that's still there, I appreciate it. I'll probably be back on Monday. I'm going to try and do it earlier. I know I've been doing it around 8 Pacific. I'm going to try and get earlier, but I'm not sure. I'll see if I can put it on Instagram. So take it easy, guys. Thanks so much. No, thank you. You guys give me as many tips as I get. I'm learning as I'm going here. So I appreciate it. See ya.